Welcome to the Hot Slice. I am creative director Josh Keown. Along with me, Miss Denise Greer, who is the executive editor of Pizza Today. Hello, Denise.
Hello, Josh. How are you doing this wonderful morning before Expo?
I know, I almost missed your title. I don't want to miss your title. You're executive editor of Pizza Today. Can't miss that.
Yeah. You can call me whatever you want.
I'm sure everybody knows by now, but whatever.
People have called me worse than executive editor, so it's fine.
Hey, I've been working for Pizza Today for 14 years, and my parents still really don't know what I do. So.
Yeah. Mine do, because my mom used to make me send her a copy of the magazine every month. And so there was a while that she had this big, huge pile of magazines. I was like, Mom, I've been doing this for a decade. Do you really want every magazine that I edit? And so I finally got her to stop.
Take her off the subscribe list.
So, yeah.
As you just said, we are just a few days away from flying out to Las Vegas and for Pizza Expo.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to buy some pants for Expo. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have to put on pants.
Pants. Man. Gotta wear pants. Yeah. So
I love you, Pizza Expo and pizza people, because I'm putting on pants for you. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where the love is at.
I think we're all just on, and just kind of jumping up and down, waiting, and it's to that point where we're just so excited to get to Expo that we just want to hurry up and be here. We want to, we're coming in Sunday, I think, and we all just want to just be there. Now, one thing that I want to talk about real quick to lead off is the Pizza Today booth. All right, so here is your homework as the Hot Slice listener, is I want you to come by, if you're at Expo, come by the Pizza Today booth, stop by, ask for me, Denise, and then let's do some mini sessions for the podcast. I want to talk to as many operators and pizza makers and pizza people as I possibly can about what they're going through in the industry and just getting their take on different things. So these sessions are just short. So we're talking, I'm not going to keep you for an hour or anything like that. This will be like between 5 and 15 minutes. I'll take you up to our studio, which, Josh, I'm so excited for our studio. We have the Hot Slice studio that is encased in glass. How weird is that?
Overlooking the show floor. So we have our own little studio. It's it's not going to be anything grand. It's just going to be couple microphones.
I feel like we've made it now that we have our own studio, though. I mean,
it's going to be interesting to actually interview someone in person, though. Because we've been doing this on Zoom for a year and a half now. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to do it in person. But we're so looking forward to it, and so looking forward to getting out there and seeing everyone and getting this show rolling.
I have 3 questions ready for our guests, and I'm not going to tell you what those are right now.
I was going to ask though what those were.
No, I want them off the cuff. I don't want everybody to really think about it. I want it to be like that first impression kind of response to these questions. So, but it'll be all on them and their story. And I can tell you one of them is going to be, okay, I will tell you one. One is going to be, I want to know your origin story in 2 minutes. Now, I've been in pizzerias and I asked that question, and it's been like a half-hour response on our origin.
If you're lucky, story. It's maybe more than that.
So I want you to be able to tell your origin story in 2 minutes.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. But you have the whole plane ride to think about it and to tell me at Expo. So see me at the Pizza Today booth right as you walk in. We will be right there with a huge booth, by the way. It's like fancy. I mean, we're styling this year with our booth.
If you need a place to lounge, come by our booth and just hang out. I think we're going to have loungers there. So
yeah.
It'll
be awesome.
Put up your feet. So today's episode I'm pretty excited about. He's a friend of ours. I love running into him at the shows. Serhan Ayhan is from Queens. I think he's from Queens, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Queens.
Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, Astoria. And he's got such an interesting background. I mean, he grew up in the pizza business, and then had some decisions to make once he got older, and if he wanted to stay in the pizza business or go into more corporate world. So it was an interesting talk to with Serhan today.
Yeah, and something that he's facing, which I think a lot of other people that are in the industry are dealing with. His family was integral into the pizza business, and they sold. they got out right before COVID, and then they got out before, and then his uncle got out mid-COVID. So it left him deciding, how he was going to pursue his pizza career next, of what he's going to do next. So it's an interesting talk with where his vision is, because it's not where you think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, it's interesting the path he's taking, and I think a lot of people are navigating to this path as well. In the times that we're living in. So, yeah, great talk. Sit back, relax, and listen to our conversation with Serhan.
Your pizza is more than a craft; it's your legacy. Make it extraordinary with Bacio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese. Created by expert cheesemakers for a superior melt, endless stretch, and its signature kiss of buffalo milk, a taste that is rich and creamy beyond compare. Build your legacy with monthly cash rewards and marketing support through the Bacio Gold Club. Schedule a demonstration at baciocheese.com/hotslice. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Bacio. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
Serhan, welcome to the Hot Slice podcast. We've been wanting to get you on for a while, so we finally got you nailed down, and you're here. So it's great to see you. We'll be seeing you at Pizza Expo next week?
Yes, I will be flying out this Saturday.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
so what's on your agenda? Like, what is your plan? That's the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what's your plan for Expo? Like, what do you hope to get out of this year's Expo?
I mean, whenever I go to Expo, I just kind of, the most I get out of it is just connecting with people, right? And even just one new connection or one new thing I learn, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, so, I gotcha.
I don't have a specific agenda, but especially with having not been to Expo so long, catching up would be my number one.
Yeah. So much catching up.
Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do. I think everybody's just gonna be standing around talking more than anything,
which is great.
We're all gonna be like, hey, I don't know how.
So tell us what you're into right now, like pizza wise.
You know what? I kind of every week throughout COVID, I just kind of gave myself a new project. So it just like changes week by week.
Yeah. So you're doing a pop-up with Scott soon? Or was that just...
So he's doing a pop-up. It's like a weekly pop-up with Russo's, which is like a deli.
Yeah.
They have a location in Manhattan and 2 in Brooklyn. And every week they have a different pizza maker. And the proceeds are split between the pizza maker and a local food hunger relief charity. So I'll be up next week on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Nicole Russell is going to be one of the pizza makers. Miriam was one of them a couple weeks back. So it's really cool. And we use the Uni oven. They have the open streets on Park Slope. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I have to start mixing my dough as soon as I get off the plane.
Yeah, I bet.
So I'm going to be scrambling when I get back.
So at one of these pop-ups, what kind of pizza are you making for everyone?
So this one, everyone makes a margarita and then one specialty pie. And for my specialty pie, I'm doing a fried eggplant with a garlic yogurt sauce to finish. So that kind of draws from my family's background. So my family's from Turkey. My mom's Turkish. My dad's Kurdish. So that's what I drew on for this pie.
Absolutely, that sounds amazing.
That would be a really good non-traditional.
Are you gonna make Detroit? And I was like, I'm not quite used to making Detroits in the Uni. Every oven's different.
Right. Yeah. I was wondering if that's even a thing you can do.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Tricks, but I don't want to. There's gonna be a lot of people, so I don't want them waiting for 20 minutes.
True. Very true.
Let's talk about something that happened, because you come from a very pizza influential family, with, the Boston Pizza there in Astoria, Queens.
Yep.
And okay, so they closed right before COVID. Your parents retired, or your family retired from the business?
Yeah, my parents got out right before COVID.
Wow, what a time to retire.
Yes, it was like perfect timing to get out.
Yeah.
My uncle had it for a while, and then like during COVID, he got out too.
Yeah.
So, but we had that since '97.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 10 years old when we opened it. And then 2015, when they had to relocate, luckily we found a spot right across the street. That's kind of when I got more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And, I met Scott and kind of just went like all in.
Yeah.
But I'd already gone to school. I'd gotten a master's degree, so it was like I was kind of already on this path towards like something more corporate, office, professional life.
Right.
Like kind of at the same time, like go on these like two parallel paths, like something that's more just hands-on.
It's like you were torn. You were torn. You had
torn between two professions.
Two passions.
I had to, like, so during the week I'd work, my office job, and then Friday nights and Saturday nights I'd be doing pizza, like 4 or 5 in the morning, just because it's New York. Yeah.
So did anyone take over that spot?
Yeah, I think a new pizzeria moved in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what happens in New York, I think. Just businesses close, and
that's a long run though. That's a long run there.
Yeah. So actually my family was in the food business like since the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
My late uncle had come here to do his PhD in politics, and then instead of going to that, he opened a bunch of kind of like these fast food salad shops, and we had locations on like 7th Avenue, Lexington, South Street, Steeport, Long Island City, and that was kind of like the anchor that brought like the rest of my family here. And I even had like my first birthday at one of our
nice.
Yeah, so like the food business is just something
it's ingrained in you.
I grew up in, but it was it was always like on the periphery, right? Like, it was supposed to be the means of getting myself, my cousins through school, and just to build better lives for all of us.
Yeah, so like I said, you've taken your love for pizza, and like I said, you're doing pop-ups. What do you kind of look for? I mean, I know you say it's day to day, but what do you kind of look forward to in the future as far as your life in the pizza industry?
Yeah, and I get asked a lot, like, oh, when you're gonna open a restaurant, just like maybe it's not the answer I'm looking for. I feel like there increasingly is like this space that is for people who maybe they're not looking for a restaurant, but they can still kind of operate in the pizza industry, right? Like yourselves. I know you don't have a restaurant, right? Or like
No.
Home bakers are increasingly a thing.
Yeah.
Baking and pizza consultants are kind of growing.
Yeah, those opportunities are great now. I mean, it wasn't an opportunity 10 years ago, but now it's a thing that is here, and it's here to stay for sure.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, as people learn more and more about baking, flour. When I was a kid, it was just like this thing you add water to it, and that was it. And now, like, it's almost like outer space, or like the depths of the ocean. We're like discovering more and more things. So there's like knowledge is like this commodity that people want. So there's a space for people to kind of get into, they can sell their knowledge or like consult, and it's just it's a rabbit hole, right? And like not everyone has the time to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I got you.
So like maybe you ask someone else who has the flexibility to do that. So I think that's kind of the path I'm on.
I gotcha.
Got it.
We had Nicole Russell on the show, last month, and she really gave you props as somebody that's really been a mentor and a community member. Talk about like that. You're very ingrained in the pizza community, especially with pizza making and a lot of those folks. What does that mean to you, and how are you kind of keeping that fire going?
I mean, I tell people, I got into pizza to, help my family just because like a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have just been like a thing I did and would have been just like a footnote in my life, but I stuck around because of the people, right? Like through pizza, I get to meet so many interesting and different people, like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere I go, like it's like a means of connecting with people.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of why I just keep at it, and it's a vehicle for connection.
Yeah. It's a group of passionate people too. That's the thing I think that really draws you in. It's just how you kind of get hooked on everyone's passion, and it kind of drives you and inspires you as well. Inspires you well. So yeah, that's a lot of it for me.
Yeah.
I think like, some people are just really passionate about pizza, but some people it's their business, right? And like it's what they do to feed their families, and even that kind of pizza maker I like talking to and connecting with. And I feel the term I use is like I speak the language.
Yeah.
And I just like talking with them, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. You were when your family had your shop, I know that you were doing a lot of experimentation as far as bringing in new and different doughs, like using the Detroit and doing different things. What are you playing around with right now? Are you experimenting with some different styles, and what are you looking at?
Like I said, like every week I just get like some idea that just like hangs onto my mind. I just kind of get it out. Literally
this week.
Like right before the call I had to mix like my starter. I kind of want to make like a rye bread. I was just in Virginia last week with my family, and like I'm sure you remember last year, like half the planet got into like bread making and sourdough. My aunt had like these 2 bags of rye. She's like, I don't need this anymore, do you want it? So this toothpaste half of this like rye flour, so it looks like maybe like rye will be the thing I'll be doing.
Yeah. Now, would rye make a good pizza crust? Can you as far as for the starter, if you're doing maybe a pumpernickel pizza or something?
Maybe, because rye isn't known for having gluten, so it might be trickier.
Yeah.
To work with. But like pizza's not the only thing that I'm really into. Like pizza, like for me, it's like the center of that baking universe, right? And like I would say like the furthest I've gone out of that orbit has been like croissants, right? It's like kind of on the verge of sweets and pastries.
Oh yeah.
But I do all that so I can improve my pizza making, right? Like I do these projects to kind of see, different hydrations, different flours, like what works and flavors are good. So I wanted to get into like Chicago cracker thin, just because of this pop-up. I had to like kind of get into like the Neapolitan space because the uni oven I have to use for Scott's event. So like really, it's just like every week now. Like,
every week something different.
Well, and those ideas build off each other as well,
Exactly.
Yeah. And with the bread baking, at Expo you're going to be able to go and sit in on some bread specific seminars with the Bakery Expo.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I guess we'll be seeing you here in about a week. I'm pretty excited for it, and excited to see. Are you competing this year?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah, I think because I don't have like a shop.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if like I was allowed to, but
no, I don't think that's.
No, you have to have a shop.
I had no idea.
You have to be affiliated with a pizzeria.
Yeah, I don't want to kind of just put in and like. I think it's a space for people who have like their own shops to kind of shine and
so,
if they win, it's something they can kind of feature and like helps their businesses. It's fun to watch, but it's work, like competing.
It's so much stress, right?
You your dough in like environments that you're kind of not used to, and you get a baking oven that you've never used before. And
we were just talking about it's going to be 108 degrees when we land Sunday.
How would you adjust that dough for that kind of heat? Like, how would you adjust your dough?
One like particle of yeast, and then the heat will just do the rest.
If you have a dough that has a lot of yeast in it, you're gonna have to take those yeast levels down, way down for this.
I kind of like. I think competing. So part of why I also competed, years ago, I really appreciated working in different environments and kind of like adapting, right? Because I feel like that forces you to learn and understand that not every baking situation is the same. Yeah. Right? Like every oven is different, every climate, right? Like elevation and temperature and humidity in Vegas is completely different from New York.
Absolutely.
You have to adapt to like times, right? Like someone might be taking a little longer to get their pie out. Like you got to be flexible. So I that's something about competing that I think, having done that, I apply it to like my regular baking at home and elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's nice to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
It definitely is.
You'll learn a lot.
It forces you to learn.
Yep. Forces you to learn a lot.
Absolutely. Well, you're definitely learning right now as you adapt and do different things and try to, find your space in the pizza industry. And I wish you a lot of luck on whatever the future holds for you. I know that you're going to just knock it out of the park.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having considered me for the podcast.
Oh yeah, we're big fans. We're big fans.
Huge fans. Yeah, we think what you have going on is awesome.
I mean, you're kind of running the show, but like, what are you looking forward to at the
show? Nobody ever asked us about what we're looking forward to. Wow, man, I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm looking forward to the competitions because we haven't had competitions since 2019, and just to see the innovation and change within the different trends. I'm really excited to see what that looks like. I mean, I'm excited for everything, but that is going to be one that I'll be sitting there taking notes on for the changes.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see everyone. I mean, when we had to cancel last year, everybody kind of went through a little mini depression as far as that goes, and there was just like, it's like part of your year you really look forward to. So I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody, and of course. I love the pizza here in my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, but it's going to be nice to stretch out and get some other pizza for a few. So, and, just get away from home because I've been here since January of 2020. That's the last time we traveled. Yeah. So, just getting away from home and getting a new environment will be nice.
Absolutely.
Family reunion kind of thing.
Yep. That's what Pizza Expo is. It's a family reunion every year, but this year especially, I think that we're all going to be like, it's going to feel like that we've been apart for years and years and years, even though it's only been, a year and a half, but we'll definitely make the most of it. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we can't wait to see you next week. So make sure you drop by the Pizza Today booth and see us.
All right. Well, safe travels. I'll see you guys next week.
Safe travels. See ya.
See ya.